Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Black Bull returning with the second part of the mini-series. So in the previous video, if you've not already watched it, make sure you visit the channel and make sure you watch that video first. Now on the first video I was actually using the log scales. Now the log scales is what professionals tend to use, institutions, hedge funds, etc. Obviously, you know, the top 5% that are obviously successful when it comes to trading the markets. However, I've actually unchecked the log scales and just gone over to the linear normal scales, which is what predominantly most people will use, like retail traders say. Now the retail sort of chart here is kind of demonstrating and forecasting like a sort of different chart. Even though it's very similar, there are minute details that obviously, you know, differentiate from the log scales. So all I've done here with this top trend line is mark the close on the weekly. And then we've come through. Obviously you've got all these wicks as well, but ultimately you're getting these closes inside the wedge. And then obviously you've got that breakdown there in price action. And then this bottom sort of support come resistance is, you can see how it interacts anyway here, how it interacts. Obviously you've kind of flipped resistance into support here. And then that's when you've got that massive impulse. And the same here, it's kind of acting as support, not quite touching, hovering above, get the breakdown, retest, rejection, blah de blah. And then more recently here, from May, June of 2022, you're kind of seeing it playing underneath, and then this green line acting as resistance, break up, support, then it flips again, blah de blah. So there's been a lot of interaction with this green line. However, on this red line, all the price is inside up until recently. On the 26th of Feb, on the retail charts, we got that massive breakout. When I say massive breakout, it's massive in terms of fundamentals for the chart. Just because ever since the weeks that have gone by, we've been consolidating now. Obviously this is boring price action, but ultimately it's very bullish news for XRP. The fact that, you know, this wedge has pretty much expired for me now, and we're leaving this 6-year multi-year wedge, which everybody's been waiting for, because that's when obviously you see all the gains and, you know, your return on investment ultimately. Now there's this red wick here on the candle. It looks like the beginning of March. It looks like we've wicked down, and it looks like they've successfully retested this falling wedge. So whether or not you want to classify that as a retest, that's up to you. Personally, I like a bigger sort of impulse and then a retest. For me, that would be clear confirmation, but because it's only literally on a weekly candle, I'm struggling to clarify whether or not that was a successful retest or not. However, the fact that we're still hovering outside and we're actually, you know, trading above the wedge as it is ultimately bullish news for me. So I expect anywhere in April here, and this is the tip of the wedge. Whether or not we roll over to about this sort of 51 cent mark and then we blow off at the end of the month, who knows. Either way, we are pretty much weeks away in comparison to how long we've had to held these bags in order to see a return on our investment. You know, because this has all literally been downward sort of price action, hasn't it, since that blow off top in like January 18. You know, although we've had these sort of impulses to mark out the 2021 high, ultimately it's been in a downtrend. But you know what they say is longer the base, higher in space, so I do expect some sort of massive price explosion there for XRP. I can quickly go off to XRP Bitcoin chart as well. What I'm going to do is just delete those fibs. So I could even go from the closes on the weekly here. Move that down a bit. Okay. So something like that, and I could probably tighten up this. Look how tight that is. This is on the XRP Bitcoin. Look how tight that is. We've got to be weeks away. You know, where does that go up to? So that's like beginning of May before that comes to a close. But what I could do is could be more aggressive with this trend line. Do you know what I mean? We're pretty much there. So it could be any week now, guys. All these closes are still inside. I know you're getting these wicks and these taps at the top of the wedges. But even Bitcoin's telling us all that, XRP is about to fly. Bitcoin's currently trading around that $70,000 mark. So if XRP is getting up here, we're in for some serious gains. Now you can see that red dash line, that's obviously where XRP is trading at the minute. So I'm just going to click on that sort of level up to our blue line where the close is. So that's an 18x. An 18x on Bitcoin. Bam, 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 bam. I've got a calculator down here which I'll just fire up. So where's XRP currently trading at? 61 cent. Just going to do 61 cent times an 18x. Yeah, so $11 there for XRP, so that's fantastic news. So that's XRP Xdc on the linear normal scale. Just double check that we've clicked off log scale. Now you can see how XDC is kind of playing out similarly to XRP lineal scale as well, where we're getting these breakdowns, and this green line is acting as a flip between support and resistance. And then this white line is literally a solid line, so there's no price action above it until now. Pretty much this new opening week for XDC is looking bullish as. So we are pretty much there, guys. I'd say we're literally within the next week or two. This next week or two, obviously we've gone into Q2 of 2024. We're looking for some explosive moves right about now, guys. So make sure your bags are packed. Keep on top of it. If you can continue dollar cost averaging, I will do. I wouldn't. Obviously, this is not financial advice, so don't go remortgaging your house, even though I have. But not everyone's crazy like me. But anyhow, you can do whatever that you want to do. Block out.